Mystical Motherhood is a guidebook to help women create happy and healthy families. It takes the reader step by step through the process of creating a conscious child from conception onward. You can find us online at mysticalmotherhood.com or on social media. Today, I'm going to be speaking about how to enhance your fertility. My name is Chelsea Wiley, and I'm a nurse practitioner. And it is my goal to provide you with an array of belief systems from various backgrounds, including Eastern and Western medical perspectives, which I'm trained in both. I want to do this so that you can find internal balance. This information is not to replace that of your doctors and is not to be taken as medical advice. You can subscribe to this channel to find each step to creating a conscious family and raising your vibration, or you can read more information online or at Mystical Motherhood on Amazon. In this video, I'm going to be discussing fertility. According to Anthony Williams, who we will shortly discuss, infertility is estimated to rise up to 50% in the next 40 years. This is huge, and this is something that isn't talked about in the news. So many women suffer from this, and there is great pain and stigma in our society around this issue. Fertility is a delicate subject, and like a flower, needs to be discussed with care, because when we want something so badly, and what we want does not come fast enough, there is an aching in our heart that feels like we are being ripped open. When a woman is ready for a child, a gap will grow in space and time within her heart, and the desire to hold the baby becomes the forefront of her thoughts. I have watched so many friends battle with fertility issues, and months pass with empty arms, more longing and less control in their lives. They become completely out of control when the child does not arrive at the time and place that they had hoped for. I have witnessed the unbearable loss of children in utero through my patients while working in the hospital as a labor and delivery nurse, which becomes a heavy burden of confusion after months of attempting to become pregnant. If you are trying to get pregnant and have become frustrated with this process, I don't have all the answers here in this video, as fertility is one of the greatest mysteries of our time. But I have some simple theories that may shed some light on the space you are feeling inside. This video will provide you with ways to better connect to your womb through meditations and energetics of food. Here's a good question. Why are so many women struggling with infertility? There are many theories on this, but nothing has been proven yet. Let's take a look at history. If you think about it, in ancient times, a woman's only focus as a young girl was bearing children. But in the modern day, we are blessed to spread our energy out in many directions. We have opportunities that the women before us didn't have. We can focus on going to school, working, traveling. Some of us even maybe buying our own houses. I mean, this isn't everyone, but in general, we are allowed to do, or we have had the opportunity to do more on earth now. We have all entered this male-dominated world with vigor, but at a cost, because we have lost our femininity. Though reaching high levels of our masculine nature can be rewarding, it can also create a dichotomy in our fields, which disconnects us from our wombs. Many women spend years focused on achieving their goals, and energetically pushed the thought of bearing children out of their minds. So when the time comes and they are ready to bear a child, their body, mind, and spirit have to work really quickly to align. Some women spend around 15 years telling their bodies not to have a baby each month. That's a lot of time, and that's a lot of energy. And as a result, guess what? Their body listens, because bodies are intelligent. And there's a mind-body-spirit connection. Women often have to make up for lost time quickly if they choose not to have a baby later in their life. That is why it is important to stay connected to your womb while you are on birth control, and long before you have a baby, so that when the time comes that you want one, your reproductive system is not shut off. Let's get into this a little bit deeper. Your reproductive system may be lacking energy if you have tried to become pregnant for a significant amount of time with no success. One of the main reasons for this could be a long period of time on birth control, which teaches the body to divert resources away from the reproductive system to energetically avoid conceiving. Makes sense, doesn't it? Birth control is important. Don't stop. Don't stop taking it until you are ready and willing to bring a child onto this planet. I cannot say that enough. You don't want to have a baby unless you're ready. But just begin to connect to your womb mentally, emotionally, and spiritually long before you are ready to conceive. And if you have any friends, make sure that they begin to connect to their womb without the fear of getting pregnant. Your reproductive system is its own entity, and it has its own soul and life. Your womb requires conscious attention and nurturing to keep it connected to heaven. The connection between birth control and a low battery reproductive system may not be the case for all women, but for some that have been on the pill or other forms of birth control for a significant amount of time, this may be the issue. Though drug companies and your doctor and many doctors out there would completely disagree with this, birth control teaches the body to withhold pregnancy for many years, which creates an energetic pattern within your body. When you are ready to get pregnant, you need to reconnect and charge the reproductive organs back up, a system that was probably not previously paid attention to. At the end of this video, I will teach you how to do that. Beyond this, there are also environmental and food issues we need to be concerned with when it comes to infertility. Anthony Williams, author of Medical Medium, said, "If you're looking to point fingers about how things got so bad in the world, here's where to look. Radiation, toxic heavy metals, the viral explosion, and DDT. These invisible intruders have wreaked havoc on our health for decades or longer and are passed down through our family lines genetically when we conceive a child." I'm not going to go into the details of all these things here, but you can find more about this in his book, and all of his books are wonderful for you to read about health. When you are trying to conceive, you should also avoid pesticides, herbicides, plastic, fluoride, so you should do bottled water. And if you want to heal and you're ready to heal from these toxic pollutants, there is a way. It's your diet. Fruits and vegetables carry an energetic earth frequency that can help you heal from these invaders that are all around us in the environment and in your system. If you have been trying to conceive for quite a long time and you are not able to for any identifiable reason, so no reasons in your body or issues that you're aware of, you might want to try cutting out some specific foods. According to Williams, you need to avoid eating adrenalized foods from animals. This includes chicken, turkey, lambs, and other types of meat and dairy fish. I know they say protein is a diet you should have, and yes, protein is important, but we have created a fear around eating fruit, which is actually what will help with your fertility. So if you're having a problem again, cut out these meats. This is because adrenaline is an anti-fertility drug. And at the time of death, these animals are filled with it because of their fear response. Even trace amounts of animal products can have a negative energetic effect on your body. Your overall stress should also be reduced. Think about it. When the body is putting a significant amount of energy into one area of your life, it cannot divert any energy into other places because the reserves are all taken up. Makes sense, right? To avoid stress and adrenal fatigue, you can eat small meals every 1 to 2 hours. That may help. And if you are dealing with PCOS, endometritis, PID, uterine fibroids, or cysts, you might want to avoid eating eggs, corn, wheat, canola, oil, dairy, MSG, and soy products. More of this can be found, also in unnatural sugar products containing aspartame. More of this can be found in my book, Mystical Motherhood, on Amazon. But this is just a short overview. I'm going to go ahead and start to talk about specifics about fertility for both men and women from the ancient yogic sciences and some modern day discoveries that might help you connect your mind, body, and spirit. First off, let's talk about fertility for women. Anthony Williams said, "Eat fruit to produce fruit." Don't forget this. This is so important. When you fill your body with high vibrational foods and with these amazing life-giving properties and high energetics, your reproductive system is going to love it because your reproductive system runs on glucose. So rather than focusing on high protein diet or a low carb diet, which is the fad before you have a baby, focus on natural glucose diet from organic fruit. He recommends doing berries, wild blueberries, oranges, bananas, avocados, grapes, melon, mangoes, cucumbers, limes, and cherries. A full array of what to eat and what not to eat can be found in my book also, but this is just a short blurb about it. Foods that help change the reproductive system include artichokes, asparagus, spinach, kale, celery, butterleaf lettuce, garlic, potatoes, sprouts, coconuts, microgreens, red clover, raspberry leaf, nettle leaf, and raw honey. Those last three can be put into a tea. If you haven't ever juiced before, celery juice upon waking up is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatories because it starves the bad bacteria out of your gut. Disease comes from an acidic body. So when you eat green foods, you can alkalize your system. It also helps to take out the heavy toxic metals. So you can drink 8 to 16 ounces every morning on an empty stomach will help heal you. And I highly recommend it, even looking up something called the green diet before you have a baby to alkalize your system. Eggplant is a wonderful food for women. Vitamin E, it helps to boost fertility and it's a natural antioxidant. Eliminate chocolate. Don't eat any more chocolate. It is caffeinated and it's full of toxins. Don't eat this during pregnancy either. And obviously, if you haven't, you should stop drinking all alcohol. And if you are on any illegal drugs, try to stop. Definitely stop all those. And if you need to seek help, please do that. If you're on strong medications and you don't know how to get off of them, you can look at Aviva Ram has some interesting articles on her website, or you can approach your doctor about how to change that if you're having problems with fertility. Let's talk about fertility for men. The same foods that we spoke about above or before, they are very, very good for men too. And there's more listed in my book, Mystical Motherhood. Men can do something called a heavy metal detox before you as a couple before you conceive. Do this long before you actually try to conceive, though. It's very beneficial. And the protocol for this is in Anthony Williams' books. Other supplements that may benefit men would be ashwagandha, zinc, which helps with healthy sperm, red clover blossoms, and vitamin B12. Most everyone is low in vitamin B12. Onions, ginger, garlic are known as the Trinity roots in the Kundalini yogic science, and they're high potency food for men. Yogi Bhajan, who is the teacher of Kundalini yoga, taught that garlic increases semen in the body and provides higher sexual energy for male. Meditations and actions to boost fertility. Walking meditation. So while walking, you need to begin this because you're walking all day long, or even if you're sitting, you need to send white, loving light to your womb. You need to tell your body that you're fully 100% behind the decision to have a baby. You need to begin to honor your reproductive system, not with full demands, but with respect and connection. If you don't know what your reproductive system looks like, I recommend actually printing a photo out from Google, or you can put one on the back of your phone so that you can actually energetically look up in your third eye, which is in between your eyebrows, and focus on sending white, beautiful light to this area. So you would send it to your ovaries, to your fallopian tube, to your uterus. You can send it inside the mesh of the uterus. You can ask the cells in your body to create a thick uterus lining to hold a baby. You can imagine yourself becoming pregnant. These are all really, really healthy meditations. You can also touch into the angel of fertility. Ask the angels for help. Ask higher sources for help. Pray to something bigger than you. The breathing white light meditation is taught by Anthony Williams, and you lay down and you breathe deeply into your abdomen and expand your lungs. You inhale white light into your womb. And when you're doing this, you are taking the attention out of your head and you're directing the energy down to another part of your body, which lets your body knows that you're on a sacred mission to have a baby, that you're here on this planet and you're ready to consciously conceive, so that your body knows that you're ready to connect to the womb. Ovary massage is an ancient yogic technique. You can do it in bed, or you can do it in the shower. You can do it with warm oil in bed. If you don't know where your ovaries are, you can find your pubic bone and then your hip bone, and about equal distance in between, you can locate your ovaries bilaterally, which means on both sides. And you can take 2 fingers and you gently rub for 5 minutes, and it will start to open up the energy there. I also recommend not wearing tight pants. I want you to just energetically open up that area, and you'll find that you can get more chi or more energy running through your womb. Parathyroid massage may help the thyroid come into balance for your hormone functioning, which is something you grab. You open up your eyes really, really wide, and you grab under your chin, and you open up your mouth and you say, ah, and you shake the parathyroid very gently. If you haven't had a checkup, or your husband hasn't had a checkup, and you don't know when you're ovulating, these are very, very important to find out long before you want to have a baby. You need to find out if your health, if you have the right thyroid levels, if you have any issue. Just so you know, sometimes thyroid labs do not show up in the clinic. They actually, you may be having symptoms of being tired or gaining weight or losing weight, and your labs, or the doctor may say, oh, I don't see anything wrong. You need to just keep on telling him that there's something, or her, that there's something wrong and you need help. If you'd like more information about all of this, check us out online at mysticalmotherhood.com, or you can purchase the book on Amazon. Subscribe now for more informational videos and audio on conscious conception, pregnancy, and birth.